Appreciate you guys jumping in here. We are going to be going live with Bryce Vine in just a little bit. We just got to wait till he jumps on and requests to jump in. And then we'll go live with Bryce Vine. Super pumped for this one. Hey, everybody. Hold on, let me make sure I waved everyone as we're getting in here. Yeah, man. Yeah, Benny. Ready for Bryce Vine to join us. So once he gets on, we will bring him on the live, and we will get it going. Vinny, what up? What's up, Vinny? Appreciate you jumping on the live. Like I said, for everyone jumping in, we're going to go live with Bryce Vine, talk about really just everything he's doing, his new song, Baby Girl. And we'll have a lot of fun with it. We're just, chat it up. If you guys got questions for him that you want me to ask him, you can start throwing them here in the comments. I'll do my best to go back and find them. You know how it is. Sometimes the conversations go, hey, there's Bryce Vine. All right, let me see if I can send him an invite in here. Hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. All right. Hold on, it's connecting. Here we go. Hopefully. Bryce Vine. Hey, man. How are you?
What up, brother? How you doing?
I appreciate you taking some time to chat with us. My name's Justin, by the way, in case you...
What's up, man?
We appreciate you, man. How's, quarantining going for you?
Man, luckily for me, I've been traveling nonstop for the last 3 years, so much so that I haven't even been able to buy groceries till this happened. So I'm making the best of it, man. I realize it's not everybody's situation, but mentally, for me, it's been nice to be still for a moment.
Just kind of take a second, relax, and almost, slow down for you, right?
Well, it's interesting, right? It's like, yeah, not just me, but like, I feel like everyone has an excuse to be creative right now, and kind of like get brought back to their roots. We identify so much with who we are by our jobs that it's like when you take that away, you have to find alternative ways to be useful.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
Even even doing these, right? Like, normally, at least with radio stations, we have you guys come in, we sit down, we talk with you, we do it all live, not over Instagram. So even stuff like this, it's just cool to kind of like try new things, change it out, but also, it's not fun in the sense that like I'd imagine you'd prefer to do a live concert than over a streamed concert.
We'll find out.
Right.
I mean, my favorite thing in the world is to play live for like a crowd. So taking that away has definitely like made me take a step back, and when we can go back to it, I'll appreciate it even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just we're coming up with new ways to do this stuff, to still like be connected with people, even though we can't actually be.
Yeah.
So I got some tricks up my sleeve that I didn't even realize I had until I was forced out of the job.
I feel you. So have you been making music from home, or have you stopped completely?
I stopped completely for the first 2 weeks of quarantine. Okay. I didn't even try. I didn't want to try to put out like another Baby Girl. I wrote when I made Baby Girl, I knew it had an intention. I wanted it to be like this club song. I was in Miami. I was thinking, man, I need a song that like just goes for this atmosphere for summer, all that. Of course, then everyone gets locked at home. But now it's a living room song. But I just needed to take a step back and like figure out what I wanted to say next, as an artist. I didn't want to just pretend like nothing had changed in our world.
Yeah. Are you thinking you might make like a quarantine inspired song? Like, is there anything like that you might try to do? I know like some other artists have been doing stuff like that. What are your thoughts with kind of at least trying to, I guess, embody the time we're in right now?
Song, in a song? Yeah. The first song I wrote when I finally was done, for 2 weeks, like I said, I didn't write anything. I read, I slept. Yeah. I went grocery shopping. I started cooking again. I haven't grocery shopped in 3 years. So, and now we have to wait online to go to them. But the first song that I wrote when I kind of took in what the new world was like, I just played yesterday for the first time on my live. It's called Problems. And that's exactly what it is. It's Like, all I see outside is problems. Like that kind of thing, you know? I wanted to make like a Sam Cooke kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what the song is. It's coming out pretty soon. I'm going to try to release it while everybody's still stuck at home.
Okay. I was gonna say we had someone I believe that Benny was on here asking about problems, so that kind of answers
Benny Universe
the question. He was definitely wondering about that one. So, other than obviously being stuck at home, I think if I remember correct, the last time you were here in Jacksonville would have been about a year ago, in April. You played at UNF, I believe. Sadly, there's a whole backstory. I don't need to go into it, but I had been drinking out at the beach bars, found out you were there, tried to make a whole way to get there. It didn't work. It was an absolute disaster. So, I definitely been making a point to try to get to see you. But
hi, Brindley from San Antonio.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
just reading the comments too.
And that's something we were saying, by the way. We were asking people to submit questions, so we'll get to those in a little bit. I saw a question on your Instagram. People were asking if you were streaming. I know you said you took 2 weeks off. Were you streaming any Netflix shows, movies, stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah, man. I've been. What did I watch? I've been watching Ozark. Yeah. I've been watching Ozark, which is a great show. The Boys on Amazon Prime. If you haven't seen that, that's great. Other than that, just reading, man. Been writing. And now I've been writing every day, working on production stuff more. It's interesting how quickly people adjust to situations like this.
And that's something I definitely, don't take for granted, right? Like I mean, even just in an industry wide for us, like it's just so, it was like immediate. Obviously there was a problem and so quickly they were able to figure it out. In terms of the stuff you're writing, do you think, it'll be an album or will it just be a bunch of songs that you plan to release?
I'm putting out a couple songs that kind of fit the vibe of, being quarantined, and then I'm putting out a whole album in June.
Okay, in June. And do you have any plans? Yeah, no date, that's fine. Do you plan to start touring, or have you kind of put that all to the side until this really kind of clears up, like not even looking at it?
I mean, bro, the moment that the coast is clear, obviously, the first thing I want to do is get back on the road. But, I think it's going to be a minute before people feel comfortable going into public settings like that again. But I don't know, because I was just in Europe just about less than a month ago. And, there was talk about the coronavirus. It was building, but it wasn't, they hadn't shut off any borders yet. People weren't quite taking it seriously. But we saw it from all different countries, kind of how they were responding to it.
Yeah.
And how long it kind of took for people to actually say, like, to actually act like there was a problem. So, I don't know, man. People are eager to socialize, so we'll see what happens.
Definitely, I agree with that. So we had Gabby reach out on Instagram. I know you kind of were saying a lot of songs you're working on now. You were kind of using the quarantine as an inspiration, but are there other forms or something you specifically hone in on when writing music?
Specific forms?
Yeah, like a specific topic or a specific event or something like that helps you kind of get the juices flowing for a song.
Yeah, life. Just things that happen. You just like, I'll take moments where I just take a couple weeks and I try to just like experience living in that situation. I don't really tweet. I don't really post Instagram that much. And I'll just like try to live life for a couple weeks and then I'll go back and write. And it's always different stuff, man. I wrote a song about a Black Mirror episode from my last album. And, just like there's no limit to what you could write about. You just take the perspective of a character if it's not you and like try to feel what they felt or you just try to, like, I'll write songs just based off an emotion that I want to evoke. Even in me, like if I'm feeling nostalgic, I'll look back on my like Facebook photos with my friends, and then I'll come up with something that invokes that emotion for me, and usually it has the same effect on fans.
All right. So, what was the? I know you kind of said it was Miami. You wanted the club vibe, but with Baby Girl, was there a specific person that you were envisioning when writing the song, or was it more? I just want to be able to dance, party, kind of have that atmosphere.
The cool thing about Baby Girl, man, I've never done a song like it, and the whole song is about a girl who has moved on from that life, has partied and had the fun, and she works, and now she lives her life and does what she wants to do and has calmed down. But tonight she wants to do it again.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I could always back that.
Sometimes, you know? Hey, I'm the same way. You know, you can work hard, but every once in a while, you got to let loose a little bit, right?
You got to, man. It's good for the soul.
So, a funny little story. The first time I heard your music would have been, I want to say, probably 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. We were in New Orleans for a bachelor party, and the buddies that were there, they're all from Michigan, and they were playing. They went to private school, so they were playing private school. And they were playing Glamorama, like on repeat. I'm talking. We were there for 3 days. I think those were the only 2 songs I heard the whole time we were there.
No kidding.
So I definitely wanted to bring that up. Yeah,
well, you tell them. You tell them what's good. Where did you guys do the bachelor party? You said in
New Orleans. Have you ever partied in New Orleans?
I have. You know what's funny? You know what's crazy? Yes, I have partied in New Orleans, and it is amazing.
Oh yeah,
amazing. The first time I ever went to New Orleans actually was I flew out there when I was at school in Boston for like 3 days to work with G-Eazy, like while he was still in college.
That's cool. How was that? A good time?
Yeah, it was a great time. It's funny, man. Even back then, while he was in school at Loyola out there, I stayed in his just little apartment, and he was always working on music. He was putting up his own flyers. And the show was popping. Whoops, that was my horn. Yeah, even back then, this was like 10 years ago.
That's pretty cool, though. New Orleans is a whole beast. I say like New Orleans and Vegas to me are kind of like those places that are awesome to go to, but maybe you go for like 3-4 days. You can't do like an entire week there because
hell no.
Hell
no. I've never in my life stayed in Vegas for a week. I know people that have, even for like writing camps. Can't do it. I just feel thirsty by the end. It just dries you out.
It really does. So, all right. So you're talking about making new music. I wanted to get into the Baby Girl music video a little bit. That's an absolute vibe. That's so much fun.
Yeah.
I loved watching. I was actually just watching it a second ago before I came in here to do the live. How much fun was that to film? Like, just in general, was it an all around blast?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was the easiest video I've shot. We literally shot pretty much the whole thing on one city block that we couldn't actually block off. So we had to. The only hard part about it was like one little area that looks like New York and near downtown LA. And cars drive through there like all day long. So we could only shoot and cross the streets and do all that stuff when cars weren't driving by.
Okay.
So everything you see was probably trying to avoid that. And we like parked some classic cars. I'm in my Mustang right now, 1965.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it was a vibe. Like everybody that was there was super excited to be there. I, of course, was sick as a dog the day of the actual shoot. So it was a little tough for me, but it was a blast, man. The song and like the whole vibe of it with the '90s. We shot it on film to give her that like Spike Lee kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. By the way, you being in your Mustang is going to go really far with the guys from Michigan. They're going to absolutely love that. So they'll be pumped. They'll be pumped. I remember watching the music video and being like, the only one that I was like, oh my God, the pizza. The guy's shaking the pizza around. Is that going to make it delivery wise? Is it going to be okay? Is it going to be a good pizza?
I know. All I was thinking was like, man, I would hate to be the person he's delivering that to right now.
Who's getting it at the end? So, well,
and so how you guys doing out there, man? Is it as calm, like as it should be?
Yeah, for the most part, we're pretty calm. Jacksonville's good. Like, we were almost blessed with like perfect weather for probably the past, I would say, 3 weeks. It's been
nice.
No cloud in the sky, totally fine. And like part of me was like, I feel like this is making it harder on everyone because we're supposed to stay inside. It's beautiful weather, but like the past like 3 or 4 days, it's been like torrential downpour, and I think that makes it even worse because now you're just like, it's bad weather and you're stuck inside, you know?
I mean, shockingly enough, man, this is the first sunny day, which the whole reason I'm driving around right now is because it's the first sunny day we've had in like 2 weeks in Southern California.
That's crazy. That's wild.
I guess once the chemtrails stopped, the weather started changing.
I know. I was noticing that. I was like looking in the sky. I'm like, man, there have been a lot less clouds since all this is going on. What's going on here? But regardless, it's just been a wild situation, and you know, I mean, everyone's handling it the way they can, and you know, obviously we're doing our best here at the station to help out what we can locally, but a lot of times it's like we just don't even know, especially what mainly needs the focus. You know, obviously we've got bars. We've got bars and you know, essentially clothing places here in Jacksonville that have switched. The bars have started actually distilling hand sanitizer so they could send them out to hospitals and use. And some of the fabrics are being turned into face masks. So it's kind of crazy to see, you know, how some of the
those don't do anything, but yeah, that's still cool thinking.
Exactly. They're just, I mean, trying to, I guess, you know, help out in any way they possibly can, you know.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, and you know, you really don't realize who the valuable people of society truly are until you cut everything off like this. And now we rely on grocery store workers, EMTs, firemen, police, and doctors and nurses. And there's no award shows for them. So any chance that we get, we should always be giving them credit, I think.
All right, so I got 2 more questions, and then we'll let you go back to getting some.
No, man, let's keep this going. This is going to be some of the most interesting part of my day.
Oh, perfect. Oh, we'll just keep going forever then. So Vinny, actually one of my buddies from Michigan, wrote in.
Hey.
He said, I got to know, the girl from Glamorava, is she a specific person? She sounds bad AF.
Like bad as a person or hot?
I think bad is a good thing. Knowing him, I think he means good thing.
She was a beautiful girl, yeah. No, I wrote Glamorama in the middle of being heartbroken, maybe like 4 years ago over a girl, and yeah, it was kind of making fun of her, a little bit, you know, but also just acknowledging that that's just the way that she was. Yeah, she was like 27, still wanted to like go out and stay out and go to clubs till like 2 a.m. And I haven't been that way almost ever, but especially like in my later 20s, never had interest in clubs or anything.
I've noticed as you get a little bit older, and for me, it was kind of just a few years ago where I was like, you know, if I'm going out and I end up making it home by midnight, I'm calling that like a huge win. Like I'm good because I'm not miserable the next day.
Yeah, you won the night.
We did good. We Irish goodbye everybody. Didn't say bye to anyone. We got out of there in time. The Uber came, picked us up. We pieced out real fast.
Dude, there's a comedian. Have you heard of Mike Birbiglia?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, well, if you haven't seen Mike Birbiglia's stand-up called The New One on Netflix, it's one of the funniest and most heartfelt comedy specials I've ever seen of all time. And in it, he talks about how he knew his wife was his soulmate because they both hate going to parties, but they love leaving parties.
That's awesome. That's honestly true. I feel like my fiance and I are the same way. We hype ourselves up to go, and then we get there and we're like, we shouldn't have come out tonight. We should have stayed up and avoided everyone. So, all right, last question for you, and it's kind of way off the cuff. here at the night show, we kind of do random topics that people can debate that we post video wise on social media. So the question is based off Arizona green tea. Are you a big Arizona green tea or green tea drinker?
Not particularly.
No. Okay. So essentially, all it is, it's kind of popular down here, but they're getting a spiked version, an alcoholic version. So
that's good.
Yeah. So our question
that's
is,
what all that sugar needed was some alcohol.
Yeah, throw some alcohol in there. But that's the question: is if you could have a spiked version of any drink, of I guess whatever your favorite drink is, what would it be?
Thai iced tea.
Thai iced tea. Okay, that would be good.
I don't know what
right?
liquor you could put in there to make it that would
like
work
a very non-flavored liquor almost.
Yeah.
You'd have
it
to
would
like
be like a white Russian but with Thai tea.
That wouldn't be too bad, right? There you go.
The dude abides.
Yeah, no, I'm about it. We were joking earlier. I was like, could you say coffee as your spiked drink, like put Bailey's in it or something like that?
I mean, the Irish coffee, which is actually totally true. When I was just in Dublin, like people are really fucked up. They're so nice, but they love getting fucked up.
So they'll like start the day with Irish coffee, or do they at least wait till like noon?
I don't know. I don't know if they started, but they continued the day with Irish coffee.
That's impressive. So, all right, man. Well, I appreciate you joining us, Bryce Vine. Obviously, everyone listening, we want them to check out your new song, "Baby Girl." New music coming soon. You want to plug the month, I guess, not the date, but the month.
I'm putting out this new song, Problems, like I think at the end of the month. I don't know. I don't have any dates, but the album will be out in June, the full album.
Okay, so June album. Everything else you can kind of hang on to and just check you out on social media for updates on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just follow me on MySpace and Foursquare for instant updates.
Awesome, man. We'll get it on there and we'll let you go. We appreciate you taking some time to hang out. And obviously, we appreciate you coming on.
Hi, Sarah Hawk Artist. Hey, C-Mac. Hey, Hagansa. Just trying to... Because I read the comments.
Everybody on here. Yeah, we got some...
What?
What's that?
Nothing.
We got someone on here from Trinidad, it looks like.
No way.
Yeah, I think so. Stelly, I believe, yeah.
I'm Del Realist. Bianca Gallegos, love you too. Savvy Zone. All right, guys. Much love. Hey, dude, thanks for the support on the song too, man.
Yes. We appreciate you coming on, and can't wait till the next bachelor party to just put your songs on repeat.
Maybe I'll show up.
Hey, don't tease him with that. Don't freak out, man. Don't freak out.
Hey, if it's in New Orleans, I've never been there, so I've never partied there. I've been there.
We might have to set that up then. So I appreciate you coming on, man.
Much love, dude. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Stay safe.
All right.
All right, we appreciate Bryce for coming on. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We are going to save this whole thing, and we'll have it in blog form for you guys later. Obviously, go check out Bryce Vine on Instagram, and you can see all his new stuff and his update when new music coming out soon. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out.